Happy Friday! It's Friday. You know what that means. I'm coming at you here on YouTube. I hope you guys in America had a lovely Thanksgiving. We ended up going to the Lions game, which they make me drink, hence the glass. It was awful. But before that, at like 9 o'clock in the morning, we deep fried a turkey in the parking lot. America. Now, I know that last week we started off with the whole standard of perfection thing. I was going to go over different breeds and blah, blah, blah. Well, as I was doing my research, the research I probably should have done before I decided this was a good idea, it seems like the APA likes you to have their explicit permission when you're using this book. Probably because it's like, a private association and it's a big deal. They want people to spend money. So I sent them an email on Monday. I have yet to hear back from them. It may be a while, but that does not mean we cannot talk about chickens in the meantime and have a fun educational time. This is actually pretty perfect because as I was reading through this book, you really need to know the anatomy of a chicken before you can really understand a lot of the stuff that I was going to be talking about. But today we're going to look at some pictures of chickens and learn a little bit more about their external anatomy. Now, I do have wine with me. It kind of matches my shirt today. I like it. This is a Chateau de Pop. I think I'm saying that right. It's my first time ever having one. This is the one I'm going to be reviewing next week in the wine review blog. So if you're not following me on Instagram already, you really should be. I'll drop my handle in the description. You can follow me and then you can find my blog and that would be great. So, all right. So we're going to go over the rooster and the hen. They are very similar, but there are some things worth pointing out that are different. So obviously if you have roosters or chickens at all, you probably know a lot of this anatomy, but I found that when I was reading through the standard of perfection, a lot of the details were in the feathers and specific parts of the chicken that maybe you just don't know a lot about. So obviously we have the head, which contains the ear, eye, earlobe, neck, comb, nostril, beak, face, wattles, right? Okay. A lot of what the rooster descriptions talk about as far as like the head part goes involves like the neck, the front neck, the hackles, the front hackle, and the cape. So that is all basically just around the neck of a rooster. So you need to know which parts of those feathers they're referring to on the rooster. And then we have kind of moving towards the back, the shoulder, saddle, and then we go down to the tail feathers, which is also a very important thing to keep in mind, dependent on the breed. So starting at the top and working our way down, we have the sickles, the smaller sickles, tail coverts, saddle feathers, and then the main tail feathers. Okay, and then we get into the wing there and those feathers. So we have in order there so you can follow along. The secondaries of the wing bay, the primary coverts, the primary flights, and if you actually like spread out the wing, you'll be able to get more detail on those too. Definitely do some more digging in on the feathers of a hen and a rooster if you're interested in learning a little bit more about that. The rear end is called the fluff, which I find pretty funny, hashtag Fluffy Butt Friday, right? And then you have the body feathers, the thigh, the hook, which looks like I wasn't really aware of the hook personally, but you can see it there. It's right above where the spurs are, the scale, and the foot. And then as we go around to the left, you have your toe and toenail, and then you have the breast, and I think that covers the whole rooster. So make sure you take a minute, maybe pause this, take a break from listening to me talk, and just take a look at the rooster so you can really get an idea of the feathers that you need to be paying attention to. So now moving on to the hen. Again, this is going to be very similar, but obviously it's going to be a little different because it's a lady chicken, not a dude chicken. So starting at the head, again, you have the comb, the nostril, the beak, face, wattles, and the eye, the ear, earlobe, neck, and then you have the whole front neck thing here and the cape. Now you can see this isn't as complex or fancy as the rooster, but still very important anatomy. We'll work our way back and you have the back, the sweep of back, which the rooster did not have on his picture. You have the shoulder and the cushion. Moving into those tail feathers, you have the tail coverts, the main tail feathers, and then we work our way into those wing feathers with the secondaries, the primary coverts, and the body feathers into the fluff. And then we get into the thigh, the hock, the shank, scale, foot, toe, toenail, spur. Back up to the wings, you have the wing coverts, the wing bow, breast, wing front. Now with the hen here, you can clearly see that they take more detail in their wing feathers than they seem to take detail in their tail feathers. So it's kind of flip-flopped for a hen and a rooster. Now some of this might seem like common sense to some of you. Some of you might be like, wow, this is a waste of a video. But I really feel like knowing this anatomy externally is very important if you want to be taken seriously as a chicken breeder or go to poultry shows and, you know, have an actual chance of winning. That's it, guys. That's the anatomy of a rooster and a hen. Again, this is going to be really important to have the basics down if we do get to start going through the standard perfection. If the American Poultry Association allows me to go over the book with you, I told them that this was not for profit and that it's for educational purposes, which is the 100% truth. So hopefully they let us go through it together. Otherwise, you are just going to have to buy it yourself, and I'd be very sad. But I would still be bringing you chicken education every single week. And I hope that you guys have a fabulous weekend. If you're a Black Friday shopper, I hope you survived the day. If not, I hope you had a good time wearing stretchy pants all day because you probably still have a food baby like me from yesterday. All right, guys, we will talk to you next week. Bye.